Welcome back into a very special edition of the Vintage Composer channel. Mike coming back at you from New Jersey, and I got a bunch of mail day acquisitions for my PCs, some oddball stuff, some oddball information, and we're going to cap it off with a great package I've yet to open. The winnings from REA, Robert Edward Auctions, from back in December. Excited to open that and share it with all of you. But first, some football. I wound up getting into the Upper Deck Heroes in baseball, and I already had the Joe Montana set complete. So I started to get some more of the football ones, and this is the Joe Namath near complete set. 10 cards in the insert set, starting with Alabama, lots of his white New York Jet jersey, Fu Manchu mustache. I'm just missing the header to have this insert set complete. I have all 10, and I'll bag them up. 85 Hall of Fame, and the infamous Vernon Wells artwork for the checklist. This is the header for the other insert set from 1991 Upper Deck. This is of Dan Marino. Most of these show him, most of the ones I have show him in the home white Miami Dolphins jersey. I have 7 of the 10 cards in this insert set, including a very 90s looking jacket with Miami's logo. So 7 of 10 there. Nice little start. Some PC cards I picked up, going back a ways to pick up the earlier cards of some Hall of Famers and some of my favorite players, starting with this second year George Brett from 1976, a little bit off center. Looks nice on the back. So for a few bucks, you can't pass this kind of stuff up. And a Zenith card, 2013 I believe it is, Don Russ Zenith, not numbered. Nice looking shot in the baby blue. 1974 Reggie, love this action shot, digging in the dirt on his left foot there. Nice follow through. Little off center top to bottom, couple of ink flares I call them. But it's a nice piece to have in Reginald's collection. A couple of classic Pete Rose cards from 1978 and 79 tops. I've had many examples of these cards and put them in my sets to complete. Now I got 2 for the binder. Speaking of 74, second year Mike Schmidt. I got this for a few bucks as well. It's off center each way, and the bottom is kind of dinged up there. It's got some wear and a couple of soft corners. But it's a beautiful example of this card. A little off center on the back. Look at all that hair. 1978 tops. Look at that wide collar too. Oof. And 79, like the purple matching somewhat the red hues in his batting helmet. There's a couple more from Michael. Love this card. 2000 Pacific Tony Gwynn with a nice clean white baseball and the white batting gloves. He's number 1. Sure is. And going back to an earlier, skinnier version, 1987 Topps of Woolworth. Tony Gwynn, superstar. The yellow, bright lemon yellow border. Now we got the old school guys with the newer look cards. 2008 threads of mid-50s Hank Aaron. Looks like he was just getting into the major leagues in this shot. It's a nice shot here. And also 08 threads. This was numbered. Shiny prism refractor or something of Steve Carlton, numbered to 250. Number 3 out of 250. 2010 Topps turkey red of Nolan Ryan. Love this shot. Love the colors in the background, purple and yellow. That peach colored pitching mound and the mountain landscape in the back. It's a great shot. I always liked this card. Never had one. Kevin Mitchell left the world champion Mets in '86. and signed on with the Padres, and only played for 62 games in '87 with them before jumping to San Francisco, where he finished the year and then wound up becoming MVP of the National League in '89. They usually didn't do two pictures like this on one card, especially in Fleer. Well, Fleer had the in-action shots in the mid-'80s, so this is just different, so pick that up. Something that's not baseball, but Formula One racing, more specifically the Indianapolis 500. In the history of the race, there have only been 3 men to win the Indy 500 4 different times, and I have 2 of them here. Blue color on the right is Rick Mears, number to 599. This is from Press Pass Legends. Open wheel icons. And Rick Mears is actually the last to do it. He won his last in 1991. And then we have Al Unser Sr., the gold version, numbered to 560. And Al Sr. won his last in '87. So I'm missing A.J. Foyt, who was the first to win 4 times, winning his last in 1977. And he has a few cards that are available. I'll pick that up and stick it in a special spot in my binders. And then the last one in this grouping, yes, non-sports, but part of 2013, I think it was, Topps American Pie, and the insert Hollywood Walk of Fame. I have a few of these, and Groucho and his brothers were and still are, I think, ahead of their time in terms of comedy and film. So he'll go nicely next to some other old school film legends like Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton and Mr. Hitchcock. Okay, now it's time for the main event. I am really excited to pick this up, and I'm really excited to show everyone and share this with you. In December in Central Jersey, REA, Robert Edward Auctions, had their 3rd of 3. I think they do 3 auctions annually. This is one of the oldest cards I have in my collection now. And it is the oldest autograph card of an old Hall of Famer. Oh boy, you ready? Whew. This is one of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen, and I had mentioned it in my most beautiful cards video last year, and I've always wanted one. I have the reprint of it, which is shown in my opening graphic, which leads off most of these videos. So if you go back and check, maybe you can guess what it is. I'll give you a second, if you want to guess anyways. It's 1947 Hall of Fame inductee and 2-time National League MVP, the King, Carl Hubbell, autographed on 1933 Gaudi. Wow, is that a beautiful card? Carl won the MVP in 33 and 36. This is card number 230, New York Giants. I'll read the back. One of the leading pitchers on New York Giants, entered Baseball Hall of Fame. Entered Baseball Hall of Fame on May 8, 1929, when he pitched a no-hit, no-run game against Pittsburgh Pirates. Left-handed, born in Carthage, Missouri, 1903, began his professional career with Cushing, Oklahoma in 1923. Had tryout with Detroit 3 years later, joined the Giants in 1928, and has starred for them ever since. Last year won 18 and lost 11. Established lead record for consecutive scoreless innings this year at 46 innings from July 13 to August 1st. 6-footer, weighs 170. This is actually a horizontal card in terms of the rest of the set. Pitching off the mound, the shadow on the mound itself, the grass is cut, beautiful sky in the back. Throwing back to the plate. The stockings riding high in his legs. And this is one of 2 different autographs. This is the early autograph, early version of his autograph, I should say. The card itself, it's got soft corners, you can see. It's got a crease that breaks through the front of the card here. The case is a little scratched. I'll get that cleaned. The back looks nice. The back is, I see a little crease popping here on this side. This is on the case itself. It'll come off. You can see the frayed corners. That's okay. Oh boy, oh boy. To have a Carl Hubbell autograph. When Carl won the MVP in 1933, he went 23-12 with an ERA of 1.86. In 1936, his record was 26-6 and an ERA of 2.31. It's just a gorgeous looking card. It's a great color. It's a great image. An important key figure in early 30s baseball. Key to the Giants franchise. And it's a beautiful autograph. I mean, the L in his first name kind of goes alongside the crease in his pants that's folded due to the action. But I can read every letter. His letters slant to the left quite a bit. But you can distinguish the B's from the L's. Gorgeous. This was the only lot I won in that auction. And I will take it. I did take it. Mine now. PSA DNA Authentic Auto. 33 Gowdy. Wow, this is going to go in the collection. This is going to go nicely next to Warren Spahn and Jimmy Foxx and Al Lopez and all those early cards I have. So I'm going to go and enjoy this for a while. Thanks, guys. We'll be back with some more great videos in a few. Thanks, bye.